Wash your ass.
Yeah. Was that wash or watch?
Watch.
Got you. I'll do both, just in case. You never know.
Really nice to see you. And like I say all the time, I really want to thank you for the many, many, many years of making me laugh.
Oh, my man. Great to see you. Thank you for saying that.
So I'm going to start with the most important question up front.
Yes.
It doesn't have to do with Bad Monkey. When are you and Craig Zahler, I'm butchering his last name, making another project together?
This year, or the very beginning of next year, me and Zahler are doing a movie. He wrote an incredible period gangster piece set in New York in the 50s. And Adrien Brody's going to be in it as well. It's going to be cool. I'm excited.
Well, first of all, I wasn't expecting you to actually give me concrete info, so I'm fucking over the moon. That is fantastic. Does it have a title?
Yeah, The Bruiser and the Bookie.
Yes, I say yes to this.
Yes.
Okay, now we can move on.
Or it could be the Bookie, or it could be the Bookie and the Bruiser, but it's those two gentlemen together.
I totally get it. Are you the Bookie or you're the Bruiser?
I'm this one I'm bruising.
Okay, so listen. So you are very selective with doing TV. The last time you did it with True Detective, what was it about this material that said, "Oh yeah, I want to do this. Like this is for me."
You know what's funny is I was always thinking of kind of doing something in the detective space because in that had some comedy but also kind of real stakes. I was talking about it, and then this came to me, and I'm a fan of Hiassen, of Carl's. I hadn't read this book yet. And then Lawrence, Bill, is one of my favorites. I've known Bill for almost 30 years. We used to play in a poker game together when we were kids. And he was always very funny. He was doing stand-up at the time. And I've gotten to watch how well he's done as years have gone by and enjoyed his work. So when he came to me with this, I was really excited. And he's so, good at this kind of storytelling. The tone is so important where you're buying the world, there's stakes, but the characters' personalities are fun and comedic.
No, completely. The tone of this is unique, and
Yeah.
it could easily go off the rails.
True, very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
So these are the
so
most fun when you can pull that off, but it takes a craftsmanship to do so.
One of the things about this is I don't know, your delivery of lines is so good that sometimes I'm not sure, is this scripted or is this Vince just saying shit in the scene? Because I see people in the background just laughing. And I'm like, this is legitimate laughter. So I have to know, how much is this scripted? How much is it right before the take? You're like, I'm just going to do this.
Well, it's a great script. Bill's very funny, but I think coming from comedy, he's also collaborative. So as you know, writing is improvising. There's nothing and you're making up lines. It's just doing it out loud. So sometimes in the morning, I'll come to him or he'll have ideas or I'll say, is this a fun way of saying this? And then we do play around. We had such great actors, like Meredith and, Natalie, John, so many talented people, Michelle, Jodie. I feel like once I start naming, I can't stop because they're all great. But we would just play around on the day sometimes. So it was a good combination of having good stuff, but we were always able to go with the poem and explore what was ever happening. So both would be the long answer.
There are just some scenes with you and Natalie where I can, it looks to me like she is just laughing from what you're saying, and there's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and she was great. We had fun bantering and doing it, and there's definitely some real moments in there, and some, the script was funny and playing the scenes correctly as well.
So as an actor, what do you never want to see in a script? Like, character is forced to throw up, or you know what I mean, has to go in a dirty ocean. I'm just giving random examples.
Yeah, as you get older, those are concerns. Things you don't want to see. Well, freezing outside, naked, that doesn't feel like a fun shoot, right? That would be one to avoid. Swimming with sharks, that could be an uncomfortable scene day. So sort of some of the obvious, yeah.
I just realized as I'm asking the question, I'm like, yeah, it's basically the shit that I would imagine. Bad question. I'll fix that in the edit.
It's a good question.
So for you, you've done so many different roles over the years. What is it like for you the night before the first day of filming something? Are you still nervous? Do you sleep well? Are you thinking about how you're going to play a scene?
That's a great question. It's only like the first day of school, so I'm excited. I'm prepared. But it's all new, so it's like, getting to work with people, the anticipation. So I always, the first day of shooting, I usually have a harder time going to bed that first night. But I would say it's more excitement and kind of anticipation than it is, being nervous. And I guess doing scenes, I don't really get nervous. I feel like you'll realize that things will require things that maybe you're not comfortable with before you start shooting. And so you might have some fear or questions then, and that's where you kind of try to address it and prepare so that as you move into shooting, at that point, I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to get to the set. I'm excited to jump into these scenes and looking forward to it by the time it lands. So any of the trepidation is earlier, and that's always a sign of what do I need to think about or work on.
On that note, sir, I need to stop. I'm just going to say I really hope it's a huge hit for you guys, and always a pleasure.
My man, great to see you, dude.